G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. Now today guys I want to talk a little bit about Siosifa Talakai, basically his background, where he came from and where he is today. I also want to have a bit of a chat about his stats this year, the last sort of 4 games, his chances at a Dally M, whether that be the Dally M Centre of the Year or the Dally M Medal. So we'll have a bit of a chat about that and his chances of getting selected for New South Wales. Now, guys, you might be looking at me going, why the hell is this bloke talking about a Sharks player wearing a Rabbitohs cap in an AFL West Coast Eagles training shirt? Well, the answers will be your questions will be answered right now because I just recorded an AFL video, hence the AFL shirt. I wanted to have some sort of NRL merch on, so I thought I'd chuck my Rabbitohs cap on. Seeing as Siosifa used to be a Rabbitohs player, I thought it'd be fitting. But yeah, let's. And I've got my Rabbitohs tattoo there. So let's jump in and let's talk a bit about Siosifa Talakai. So Siosifa Talakai came through the Rabbitohs under 20 system in 2015. 2016 and 17, he played for the Rabbitohs first grade squad. I believe I've got that information pretty spot on. Due to some disciplinary reasons, the Rabbitohs decided to let Siosifa go. Now, after that, he signed. I think he did a bit of garbage work. Like he was a garbo for a bit. He signed with Panthers first in the New South Wales Cup. The Panthers decided to release him as well. I don't know if that was for disciplinary reasons, but then Newtown picked him up in the New South Wales Cup in 2019. My apologies, I'm getting these dates all wrong. In 2019, Newtown picked him up and he signed with them. So that was, I still think it is, but at that time, that was the Sharks feeder team. I still believe it is Cronulla's feeder team now. In 2020, he signed a deal with Cronulla, and here he is today playing some of the best football I think we've ever seen out of his career, and possibly one of the best performances in 2022 for a centre. He's been brilliant. So that was a little bit of a background, a bit of a rush one, to be honest. I don't want to sit here and take up all of your time. But yeah, so that's basically the background. Look, as a Rabbitohs supporter, I like Siosifa. He played very well for us, filling in the centres in the second row. I loved what he offered. He was brilliant in the national youth competition. Absolute gun. But unfortunately, his discipline back then wasn't great. He's obviously matured now into a very capable NRL player. Am I disappointed we let him go? Of course. But at the same time, you've got to really pick the players with a good attitude. And at that time, he wasn't mature enough to play in the system. So I'm not mad at the Rabbitohs for letting him go. I would have loved for him to stay at the club, and hopefully we could have changed his attitude. But he had some mental demons he was facing back then, and he's definitely matured into an amazing NRL player and a truly inspirational story. Now, going over some stats over his last 4 games, we will finish off with the Manly game last. So I'll start off with 4 games ago. He had an amazing game against the Newcastle Knights. He scored a try, ran for over 220 metres, made 17, you heard right, 17 tackle breaks, and got a line break assist. It's crazy, crazy stats. The game after that, he played against the West Tigers, where he got 1 try assist, 167 metres, 5 tackle breaks, and 2 line break assists. The line break assist for a centre is insane. I couldn't believe it when I read the stats. It's remarkable how many line break assists this guy makes. Then against Storm, it was a pretty decent loss to them. I believe it was 34-18. But, he was probably the best on field for them. He scored 1 try, 2 try assists. Again, try assists, you do see a few come from centres, but not as many as Siosifa's actually making. Like, he's playing his heart out for this team, I tell you what. 182 metres, 1 line break, and 3 line break assists. I didn't get the tackle breaks in that one, but I believe it was 6. Could be absolutely wrong, but I believe it was. And then finally, we get last night's game, which was, from my point of view, his best game of the year so far. He got man of the match, which means he will get 3 Dally M points, which will move him from 6 points to 9, putting him probably up around the top 6 mark for the Dally M, which is crazy to think. I don't think many people had him that high. I definitely didn't at the start of the season. If you were to say to me, a bold prediction, Siosifa Talakai to win Centre of the Year and be maybe top 5 in voting at the start of the season, I'd say, mate, you're a dickhead. But he's been truly amazing, and I'm just happy for him. I'll have highlights up here somewhere from last night's game. Like, it was just remarkable. So last night's game against Manly, he scored 2 tries, 3 try assists, made over 265 metres, 8 tackle breaks, 3 line breaks, and 2 line break assists. Insane stats. So, as we were saying before, do I think he'll win the Dally M this year? He might. He absolutely might. If he keeps having performances like this all year and the Sharks finish in the top 4, I can definitely see a case made for him to win the Dally M 100%. But at the same time, players like Nathan Cleary, Mitchell Moses is having an amazing season. Daly Cherry Evans, last night he had a bit of an off game, but he's been brilliant this year. When Turbo gets back, he's probably going to, be in the running for it as well. A lot of people will say, he's missing a lot of time with injury. Like, is he really going to have a chance at making it? Of course he is. The man missed a lot of last season and still managed to win. So there is a lot of players I think that will finish ahead of him. But if he has performances like this, he definitely can win the Dally M. Now, I do think he's a lock for Centre of the Year. Even if he doesn't continue playing like this week in, week out, I still think if he has, performances like this every now and then, I think he's probably going to get Dally M Centre of the Year. And honestly, a huge Rabbitohs fan. This is probably where I'm going to end the video. I'm a huge Rabbitohs fan. I absolutely love Latrell Mitchell, but with Latrell more than likely going to miss probably the first and maybe second Origin game, I think Talakai is going to get that spot, and I think he's going to make it his own. I think it's going to be hard for Latrell to get back into that squad after Talakai has made that jersey his own. I think it's going to be very difficult for Latrell to fight that jersey back. That's for sure. Unless they decide to keep Latrell there and give Siosifa a utility role off the bench, which could be smart because he can play second row, he can play centre. But huge props to this man. He has been brilliant this year. I just can't believe how mature he's become, how well he's adapted to the system in Cronulla. Like, Cronulla take a lot of the players that we don't re-sign. Like, off the top of my head, Connor Tracy was one. We had him behind Adam Reynolds, obviously Cody Walker, a few other halves as well. And he left. He found a home at Cronulla. He's slotting in the halves occasionally, but mainly playing wing and centre, and he's found a role there. So, Cronulla do well with a lot of they're kind of like, they're turning into a bit of a Melbourne Storm sort of thing, getting the players that aren't really performing at other clubs and turning them into superstars, I guess. So, yeah, huge props to Siosifa Talakai. I really wish him the best for the season. He's been amazing. I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up, guys. If you have anything you guys want to add in the comments, let me know. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. New NRL content posted weekly. Thank you all once again. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.